Today, I want to tell you a story of a big recognition I had once. So, around 7 o'clock in the morning, my phone rang, jolting me awake. It was the truck driver delivering our stuff. Where are you picking up your things from? I'm gonna send you an address right now. Can you bring them there? Is it a residential or is it a warehouse? A residential. Won't work. I cannot park there. I'm driving a full-size rig. The end. Could be, but not. My sleep vanished instantly. I was sitting on the floor in my new apartment in Las Vegas, wide awake. I had moved here a week ago, and oh yeah, I was 7 months pregnant. I sent my son off to school, called my husband. His phone was out of service, great, and he is on business trip. So his relatives helped us save money on the move by loading our things, to a grocery truck all the way from New York to Vegas. None of us knew that big rigs were not allowed to park or unload in residential areas. And now I had to figure something out really fast. The dispatcher called me. Ma'am, what's the issue with the delivery? Our driver will be at the warehouse in a half an hour. I cut them off. No time to talk. I needed a plan. There was a problem. The industrial warehouse had no idea about our deal and they were not obligated at all to accept, store our stuff. So what's now? Time was running out and it looked like I was the only one to fix this mess. So I started thinking, movers, I called them, I got a quote for $500. No. U-Haul, called them, didn't know that I was supposed to drive, but I even cannot drive. Not because I'm pregnant, I just can't drive. So meanwhile, my husband's relatives started calling. I ignored them because they were in New York, zero help to me, just adding the chaos. I Googled the warehouse number. Had nothing to do, just to call the manager and explain the situation. He was speechless, but he got it. And the miracle of miracles, he agreed to let us unload there temporarily. God, hallelujah! I was so happy about this temporarily relief. So I grabbed a taxi and rushed to the warehouse to personally oversee the drop off, thank the manager, thank the driver, make sure the manager doesn't think it's a kind of scam. Meanwhile, my husband's relatives were blowing my phone with furious texts. I had no idea why, just had to block them because I had enough stress without their hysterics. It turned actually out later that the driver called the dispatcher and told him I might delay him. And then the dispatcher called the relatives in New York, asking them what these people are so irresponsible. So I was driving to the warehouse, which was way, 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 way away from the town. Our stuff looked like a mountain of shrink wrap boxes. A warehouse manager, big guy, scratched his head. Look at me. A very pregnant woman, and said, "You know what? We're making delivery to your neighborhood in a couple of days. I'll hold your stuff over myself for 150. It was terrific. I shook his hand, wrote him a check, and wished him blessing 7 generations deep. I tipped the truck driver for the delivery, and by 9:30 a.m., I had untangled this whole mess and everyone went their separate ways. I had never been so stressed in my life. I never made such high-stakes decisions under pressure, but I did it. Then dispatcher called me back. After listening to the whole story, he took a pause and finally said, "Ma'am, I'm really sorry you moved out of New York. because we could really use more people like you here.